Hello, everybody. Okay, I've been told that I need to wait. So this is Fernando here. The name of my company and my passion is for coaching the company. And as you know, I love what I do and I love to support people. Maybe I need to reduce the. Thank you, master. Let me. Can you hear the on? Okay, let's put it soft. Is that soft enough? Hello, everybody. Say hello. Is hello, everyone. Okay. Okay. Bueno, I'm learning to do this. I've been told that you need to do your Facebook Live or your events, and people will start showing up energetically. You need to anchor the light. You need to anchor the intention. So the intention as of my soul is to help other people to evolve, help other people to find more peace. And why do I do that? Is because I was born and raised in a family that was amazing, and I pushed myself enough to get out of that amazing, peaceful life and get myself into a lot of trouble. So doing that, I realized that how much more comfortable and easy it is when you find peace. Especially if you come back for having problems, when you have peace, you value the peace so much more. And also other lessons that I learned, I keep waiting for you to come up. Whoever is ready for today, Friday. Today, what is Friday? Oh, today, Friday the 15th. 15 the September 15th. So if you see this later, send us a hi. And the intention is to create a safe space where magic is part of that, where you can be honest, where you can be authentic, where you can be yourself. Nobody will judge you. Okay? We might laugh all together, and that's the idea. Allow yourself to get that little kid to come out and play. And if you come out and play, and you allow yourself to be to meet with those part of you, you just nail it because that is what life is all about. Now, with this week, we're talking about relationships. And one of we prepare like today and tomorrow. We're going to be preparing next week, so we already have set up an intention. Then we analyze how people interact and what people are motivated to have. And the most important today was about, okay, instead of putting two questions to see how we can assist, interact, and get to know you, we decided to go only with this question because it's a little, strong. It has a lot of depth. It has a lot of, it involves a lot. I think the sun is still, Master, thank you very much, but I think I'm gonna reduce the music or maybe stop it so people doesn't fall asleep listening to this. Okay, so was talking about relationships, and I have my computer next here to be able the other one to be able to be more dynamic. So the question that we ran, since English is not my language, the question that we ran was, and it's a question that it comes a lot in coaching. You know, how can I keep my relationship moving forward? The specific question was, what are the values that must be due to divorce-proof your relationship or marriage? And we have an amazing answers. I already put a video. Maybe you saw the video. I'm gonna go through it very fast just to warm up in the subject. Okay, from going from bottom to up. Fernando Lopez says roses and chocolate. That is great. This always bring joy and happiness. It might be not the core issue, but it makes things more beautiful. My beautiful friend Mashariel Eshi. Mashariel, he says he's highly spiritual. And Mehineme Shabbat. So, and he really represents the energy of what is the name? The priest, the rabbi, the rabbi. So he says divine values and a desire to first serve the divine before ourselves. And I found it very, very, very loving, and that is correct. It's a very spiritual way of seeing the relationship. And then he had, I think he had something else. I don't see it now. Okay, then we have Lona Swenson. Lona Swenson, she said, just a good guy. A good guy make it. And a smiley face. Yes, of course, we need to try that good person that align with us, because nobody's good or bad. It's depending where the person is, right? Or in which context. Next, we have Don Lavogue. Respect, not no secrets and best friends. I love the intention. Respect is correct. The no secret. There is something that is called. There is no good to have secrets, but there is very important to have privacy. Even though you are in a marriage, there is things that you as a man you don't want to share, and as a woman you don't want to share, and you have to have the trust, which is very important, and the trust to to let her or him to choose what are the things that are part. And when it's knowing that when the other person is ready, you can go and talk about. And as good as well as that the part of no secret, we reframe it in this context for my as a coach and in my personal life. And then is the third aspect is best friends. I think that she nailed it. Thank you, Don. I agree. Yes, in your viewpoints. So, Carmen Blanco from Europe. Carmen, I miss your aura here in California, but you still make me laugh. Stay single, my friend. Stay single. That is the way to be divorce proof. So, that is to have a divorce proof marriage. So next, Topanga. The Topanga is opposite attracts, but likes stay together. Everyone knows that. Opposite attract, and this is a very important question because, we talk about we ask the question. The key word in this question is values. And when we talk about values, is such a powerful word. It's one thing what we understand about values, and it's another thing that what we let's talk about relationships. Oh, Marisa. Hello, Marisa. Yes, are you here? Are you here, Marisa? Good. Marisa Andrioli. Yes, we are talking about relationships. So that is very true. Opposites attract, but what is she stated that likes stay together. Well, there is a comfort zone and feeling comfortable. Yes, Marisa, finally. Good, good, good. So love it that you are here listening. And but we need to find the balance between, because when you do work values, why would you work on values? The values is how you define your time. The values define how you're gonna act, and the values go unconscious. So you need to define the values that you have in a relationship. If you have a person that have exactly the same values and the same intensity, it will become excited at the beginning and boring, because we need a certain level of certainty, as Tony Robbins explained, and a high degree of uncertainty, to be curious, to discover, to investigate, to share. Of course, Marisa. Thank you. Thank you for making it. And so that is the opposite attract and like people. We need to find that balance, because if he is too alike, it become a brother, it become a sister, and it's good to have the family dynamic. But I need to feel also attracted physically, I need to feel that the other person is attracted to me, that that woman the want not only my manhood energy, also or my intellectual intelligence or my spiritual intelligence. That I wanted to feel that she wants me as a man. You know what I mean? So we need to find that balance, and then we need to learn to dance in that relationship. So yes, Topangis, you gotta let me know your what is the your name. I would love to have your name for the next one. Eni Mutlera, as I mentioned in the video before, he says you must to be best friend. You don't are best friend, you become best friend, and that is part of their values. Their values to me, I share the values with Erin Muslera. Thank you, Erin, for your input. And yes, well, she's a very good friend, and we spent time when I was in Santa Barbara getting to know each other, soon doing some work, and we have the. I agree with her. You, when you become a best friend with your partner, I think when you are ready to enjoy and have a lasting relationship, because the only thing that you want to do is to share more and more and discover more, and it doesn't matter good or bad. You just the challenges of life, it bring you more together, and that help you to discover more respect and admiration for that person. I think with best friends, becoming a best friend, that is such a high level of quality. Morgan Balabaj, Morgan Balabaj. Morgan, you gotta tell me if I'm saying your name correctly. I love her. She's highly not only so funny and also very intentional person. I love her personality, character, and always helping people. You as a yogi, as a financial advisor. So Morgan, thank you. A compatible sense of humor. I agree 100%. If no boring relationship, I'm not into that. I don't think nobody is into boring relationship, but it's a good point to mention it. Then healthy communication, aka compatible fighting style. That is so fun and hilarious. And willing to let each other to each other to evolve. The desire to continue countering in on each other. I love it. I couldn't say it better. So Morgan, amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that is you nail it, and I would love to. Maybe I would like to interview you to see in my program. By the way, all this is more focused on women. Women are more open, curious. That's why I create the page that is leadership secrets for executive woman. I invite you to go to leaderships leadership secrets for executive woman. That is the private group that I create to bring not only my experience in coaching and NLP executive. If there is any mistake, I'm sorry. I just write it on the flow. But the idea is to bring not only my knowledge of NLP, hypnotherapy, all my knowledge and spirituality, master Choa, meditation, forgiveness, and all the magic that is also to bring another successful coaches and women writers and actresses that can bring their experiences to you, to you, the women that make this world to go round and round and move forward. So thank you, Morgan. Now let's go with Stacy Madowich. Honesty and respect. Yes, yes, we keep going. Honesty, respect is key. Is key not only in a marriage. It's key in everything that we do. Honesty and respect. We don't need you don't need to disclose everything you do, but with honesty means do not lie. You don't need to tell everything, but if you say it, be responsible for what you say, or at least be aware that your words, the sound is the creation. Whatever you say will materialize, and when you lie, you are reducing your energy and you're having a negative impact in somebody else. Mirilena Lee, thank you. I read this and I already thank you the other day, and it's willingness. Of course, you have to have the desire to commit. You have to have the desire to stay in that relationship. You have to have the willingness to do good, to be better, to be together, to be flexible. Without all those qualities, a marriage or a relationship doesn't stay together and being with fulfillment characteristics. And then Don McIntyre, remembering that we are friends as well as husband and wife, and communication. Great. We are. This is kind of we all agree on this. So please let me know your what are your viewpoint about relationships. What are your values that might be due in a divorce proof marriage or relationship. It's not I'm not into labels. The first time that I married was very important. Today, what I'm looking for is a committed relationship. A committed that I commit to give my best to this person and have the same back. Maybe that's why I'm single. But anyway, doing my search, besides that, what come out of your heart, I also did my homework. And this is the the top 12 items that I found that is reassurance all the things that we come up and say for ours from our heart. Okay, when you start up a relationship or you marry, nothing will guarantee you to stay together, and I think that that is a good thing to be aware of. You set up the intention, and also I will set the second intention that I will maintain is I want to stay together as much as I can make the other person happy, as much as the other person, my partner, is proud of myself, as much as I can keep that trust in each other and reciprocate that. I don't want to stay married because we promised that, and my present making the other person miserable. What do you think about that? I wanted to give the best to the other person. I want the other person to feel create the space for that person to give me the best, to be vulnerable, to be to little by little feel that create with me that third entity, what that is us, and that is the most important part. What are the key points that are going to help that communication? An open and honest communication is crucial. Couples should be able to talk their feeling, needs, and concern without fear of judgment or criticism. Right? Number two, respect. Treat each other with respect and kindness. This means valuing each other's opinions, boundaries, and individuality. Make sense? Yes, you don't need to be what I expect you to be. That word expecting is gotta be in the trash. It's not part of my language, and expecting is the strategy for self-disappointment because it's not expecting. You plan, you make a strategy, you set an intention, and you work for that. So great. Number three, trust. Don't you agree that trust is important? It's top three. Top three trust. If you don't trust it, that even though this the thing that I say is the thing that you're gonna listen. When you have that feeling that why is not I don't feel authentic or that. So trust is very important, and trust is something that you feel. Trust that's something that you develop, and trust is something that you can share with others. But it is sometimes take a little time and commitment. So trust is the foundation of any strong marriage. Building maintaining the trust, involving being reliable, keeping promises, and being honest with each other. That is correct. We need to be honest, and honest also in the moment that I'm not ready to talk about it. You have to be honest, and you don't need to talk or use the other person as a trash can or rush into a conversation. You can say, "I'm not ready to talk," but yes, I'm gonna give you the space to I'm hear you, I'm here, and I might need to process this a little more, and share that. Be vulnerable. I don't want to say the wrong things, or I don't want to make you feel bad. Let me process. Give me a few more hours. Give me a few more days, and we can complete this conversation. Number four, empathy. Try to understand and empathize with your partner's feelings and perspective. This helps resolving conflict and staying connected emotionally. So, truth. Yes. You see, there is in empathy, it is not only the natural empathy, it's also an intention of being empathic with the other person. How many of us have been wired to react? Well, South America, in the time that I was younger, especially being from Argentina, was very judgmental. I realized that when I get out, or I realized that when I started walking my spiritual path and reevaluating what are the seeds that, from being humorous and being sarcastic or being damaging. So that empathy to do good, that empathy, you need to develop that, and also the intentions of being open to the other person's emotions or project until the end. How many times I did that all my life? How many times you think that you know what they're gonna say and you don't even let them expose? Sorry, Lisa, former wife, mother of my kids. I'm sorry. I did that to her all the time, and I did it after. But with the process of inner purification and self-evaluation, you can work on that, or with a beautiful coach or therapy or yoga. But those are that we need to get to, notch up at that level. Number five, quality time. Yes, quality time, super important. Super important to spend quality time together to nurture your connection. This could be through the dates, nights, sharing hobbies, or simply spending time talking and enjoying each other's company. Don't you agree? Quality time is so important. Not only your 20s, 30s, or 30. No, quality time. What I want the most right now is no quantity. I want quality. I want quality time. I want full attention. I want to, when I'm there, I'd rather have half hour, 1 hour, one weekend, but full attention, that I can drop the phone and stay creating that dynamic with that person, with that loved one, with that, or date, would you like some mate? Okay, number six, conflict resolution. You see, this is the part that you need to put in place. What are we gonna do if, of course, we're never gonna fight, but you have to have it in place. What is your strategy for conflict resolution? Conflict are normal. Conflict are normal in any relationship, but it's important to resolve them constructively, include listening actively, compromising, and finding solutions that work for you, for both. So it needs to be your mindset. No, we're never gonna have fight. No, you wanna have fight. You need the friction, and not only in the intimacy. Without friction, the intimacy will not be pleasurable. So in the relationship, it's the same. Do not run away from the friction or the confrontation. Do not overdo the confrontation, but acceptance, and go through the process of it, knowing that that person is your best friend, or your intention is that person to become your best friend. So that, with that in mind, we don't need to forget and forgive, and no, no, no. We need to understand that that friction, that controversy, that it will enrich your relationship and it will grow the connection that you have to with that person, and also it will grow your certainty. How much more powerful you feel when you can expose something, and your partner was not understanding, or even sad, or even cry, and then at the end, when you both work from your heart and you get to the other side of the discussion, how much closer you feel when you build that new reality together, where you both can be flexible with each other. Okay, next then is support. be there for each other in the times of need, offering emotional and practical support. Support can also mean encouraging each other's person for personal growth and aspirations. Don't you agree? And this is for women too. Um, we all know, or at least I make a religion out of my life, how much more sensitive a woman is, how much more multi layers, multi levels of intelligence a woman has, how much more self care a woman know that needs and apply. And we are all agree on that. But woman, please, we are sensitive too. We need also to be acknowledged. We men need to be acknowledged of our sensitivity. We also need our space. And let us process. We are not as fast and multi-layered as you are, but we are more one line and one dimensional, or you know, in the average. But we still have emotions, and we still are very sensitive. We are not trained to express it. So be patient with that aspect and help us to come out and to be vulnerable. Help us to be vulnerable. Be patient with your male partner. Share value. What difference can exist? Have shared values and life goal can help you to strengthen the marriage. Is providing the sense of purpose and direction. Exactly. That's what I was mentioning before. Values are very important, and you're not exactly the same person because you become your brother, or your sister. When it have to be aligned, it have to be flexible, and it have to it have to be shared, not the same. Not the same. If it's exactly the same, it might be. If it works, it's work. Okay, though. But most of the time, you need that balance. You need that controversy. You need to have that little friction, or where we're gonna, find the area in between. Intimacy. Number nine, okay. We all know that without intimacy, it's so hard to have a relationship. So, and then when we say intimacy, it's not just about being naked. Intimacy is emotional, intimate, mental intimacy, and of course, physical intimacy. I think that is highly, highly important. Physical and emotional intimacy, an important aspect of the marriage. Keep the romantic and sensual, that is my second name, sensuality. Sensuality. I love and I appreciate sensuality. I think it lasts longer in your mind, all the sensuality, the softness, all that energy is such a beautiful condiment for a happy life. Keep romantic and sensual, connecting alive, expressing love and affection. Please show your affection. You know what happened? You have a happier life when you show your affection. And I'll tell you a little story. I went to Argentina after many years of not spending more than a few days, and I stayed for a month. And I had that urge to tell all my sisters all the things, the beautiful thing that I think about them that I haven't tell anybody, but that I tell all my clients, especially women, never tell them. And it feels so good to be vulnerable and say, you know what, I love you. You've been having such an impact in my life. Every day I can see, how strong I am and how I survive my darkest nightmares and my darkest moment and come back into the light for the love that I received from my sisters. So expressing yourself not only to your relationship, expressing your emotions, especially within your relationship, they're gonna give you back so much more than you think. So if you're a man, please try it. If you're a woman, I know you do it. So commitment, a strong commitment for the marriage and a willingness to work through the challenges together can be powerful to the deterrent or to divorce. Deterrent to divorce. I'm sorry my pronunciation. Yes, commitment. You gotta be intended to succeed. You gotta be having the both have to have the desire to stay commitment, to have the commitment to the commitment, if it makes sense. I know that we are already, for how long have we been here? Is half hour. The goal was to be half hour is 29 minutes. So flexibility, this is such an important part. Flexibility, sometimes they will say, no, but you promised me, Anna. We need to be flexible. The flexibility is part of a high ingredient of intelligence. Flexibility is shows intelligence, shows that you are not that you are weak, shows that you are strong, and strong from your heart. When you are flexible, I give you a second chance. That is like talking down to someone. No, you are creating a space for a real human relationship that you can trust each other. So flexibility is such an important ingredient. And the number 12 is seeking for help. If problem in the marriage become overwhelming, do not hesitate to seek professional help. Please. It took me so long to understand that, being the son of the doctor, that I regret not expressing my needs earlier, because it make it worse. And and then you gotta deal with all that all together. Yes, look for the right counselor, look for the right coach, look for the right friend, not the friends that help you to make the mess bigger. The friend that help you to understand what is your part, because the only person that you can change is yourself, even to be flexible or to set out boundaries. But if you need help, look for help before it's too late. And if I look for help earlier, I might still stay married. And since I didn't look for help, I couldn't understand myself. That brought a lot of distance between my wife and I, and we divorced, loving each other. We grew apart because I was not open to have any help, and that led me to go deep into my darkest moment in my life. So I hope that you enjoyed this talking about relationship. There is so much more to talk about. We can talk about values. We can talk about emotional maturity, and we can talk about the strategies to put in place to have an amazing, beautiful marriage. Why? Because this was a tricky question. The most important question is, how can you have an amazing, beautiful, happy relationship? And that will make it bulletproof. Don't you agree? Fernando with For Coaching, inviting you to be part of Leadership Secret for Executive Woman. That is my private page. That is our private page. Building that to bring resources to nurse you, beautiful women, and to help you to get out of high level of stress, to deal with that and reduce it, to help you to move away for the emotional exhaustion that is top notch in this moment, or burnout. How many of us can be feeling burnout? Well, imagine that I am feeling burnout being a man, and my kids, even though I have to keep providing for my youngest one because personal situation. Imagine a woman in the late 30s, mid 40s, that not only is an executive woman, also is dealing with a boss, also has a husband, or if he's still married or going to a separation, because cycles are seven, and we don't need to marriage is not the intention is to stay, but being a woman and having to wanting to progress, have your independence, and having to deal with the quality time between your family, loved ones, and your kids, your daughter, your son, that is highly stressful. And I know that because 90% of my clients have been in all these 3 decades that I'm doing this, is have been women, and that is the purpose of this private group. So welcome. Please join us in the private group, the Leadership Secret for Executive Women. And as I always said, to succeed, we have to be intentional, and we must take action. Okay, Fernando with Fair Coaching, helping executive women to break the glass ceiling of your authentic, highest potential and leadership. helping you to reduce the stress, getting out of burnt out, and finding the way to eliminate the emotional exhaustion. Alma Namaste. Have a beautiful weekend. See you Monday to tell you what we want to talk about next week.